In 1994, America was gripped by a story that had it all: fame, fortune, murder, and a trial that divided the nation. This is the story of O.J. Simpson, a man who had it all until one fateful night changed everything forever. The night of the murders. On June 12, 1994, in the upscale neighborhood of Brentwood, Los Angeles, 2 lives were brutally cut short. Nicole Brown Simpson, 35, and Ronald Goldman, 25, were found stabbed to death outside Nicole's condominium. The discovery was made by a dog walker, who stumbled upon the gruesome scene. Nicole, Simpson's ex-wife, had been stabbed multiple times in the neck, while Goldman, a waiter who had come to return some glasses, suffered similar wounds. The brutality of the crime shocked the community and set the stage for one of the most sensational trials in American history. The investigation unfolds. As the Los Angeles Police Department began their investigation, all eyes turned to O.J. Simpson. A former NFL star and actor, Simpson was a cultural icon, but his history of domestic violence with Nicole made him an immediate suspect. Police found a bloody glove at the crime scene that matched one found at Simpson's estate, along with DNA evidence linking him to the murders. A Bruno Magli shoe print was also traced back to a pair Simpson owned. However, the investigation was not without controversy. Detective Mark Foreman, a key figure in the case, was later revealed to have a history of racist remarks, which the defense would use to cast doubt on the integrity of the evidence. The Bronco Chase. On June 17, 1994, what should have been a routine surrender turned into a national spectacle. Simpson, instead of turning himself in, fled in his white Ford Bronco, driven by his friend Al Cowlings. For 90 minutes, the world watched as the Bronco led police on a low-speed chase through the streets of Los Angeles, broadcast live on television. Millions tuned in, transfixed by the surreal scene. Inside the Bronco, Simpson spoke to Cowlings, hinting at suicide, while the nation held its breath. The chase ended at Simpson's home, where he was arrested after a standoff. This event not only captivated the public but also set the tone for the media circus that was to come. The trial of the century. The trial began on January 24, 1995, and quickly became known as the trial of the century. The prosecution, led by Marcia Clark and Christopher Darden, presented a case built on DNA evidence and circumstantial clues. The defense, dubbed the Dream Team, included high-profile attorneys like Johnny Cochran, F. Lee Bailey, and Robert Shapiro, who focused on discrediting the police and alleging racial bias. One of the most memorable moments came when Simpson was asked to try on the gloves found at the scene. Struggling to fit them over his hands, the defense seized on this, with Cochran famously stating, "If it doesn't fit, you must acquit." The trial was not just about murder, it was about race, fame, and the American justice system. The verdict and aftermath. After 267 days of testimony, the jury, composed of 9 African Americans, 2 whites, and 1 Hispanic, began deliberations. In less than 4 hours, they reached a verdict, not guilty on both counts of murder. The announcement sent shockwaves through the country. Outside the courthouse, reactions were starkly divided along racial lines, with some celebrating and others expressing outrage. Marcia Clark, the lead prosecutor, was devastated. It felt horrible. It was physically painful, she later said. Please don't let this make you lose faith in our system, she pleaded to the public. Though acquitted in criminal court, Simpson's legal troubles were far from over. In 1997, a civil trial found him liable for the wrongful deaths of Nicole and Ronald, ordering him to pay $33.5 million in damages. Years later, in 2008, Simpson was convicted of armed robbery and kidnapping in a separate incident, serving 9 years in prison. He was released in 2017 and lived quietly until his death on April 10, 2024, from prostate cancer. The O.J. Simpson trial was more than just a legal proceeding, it was a mirror reflecting America's deepest divisions: racial, social, and cultural. It raised questions about the justice system, the role of media, and the impact of celebrity. As we look back, we are left to ponder, did justice prevail, or was this a miscarriage of justice? The story of O.J. Simpson is not just about a man or a crime, it's about a moment in time that defined a nation.